a 1-year-old with a British accent and a body count in the dozens. This is Stewie Griffin, and he's gotten away with murder. Literally. From shooting his best friend to committing genocide across universes, Stewie has racked up at least 36 confirmed kills, and maybe millions more. Today, we're counting every kill, breaking down his methods, and asking how does a baby commit mass murder and never face a single consequence? If you're ready to count the bodies, hit subscribe right now, and let's get into it. Now, if you think about it, in the early days of Family Guy, Stewie's violence was pretty direct. Like, he just picked up the gun, boom, and kill. So let's start with some point-and-shoot moments, and trust me when I say that our man Stewie Griffin has plenty to his name.
What the hell is this?
For instance, in Season 1's Chitty Chitty Death Bang, he disintegrates the man in white with a laser rifle. And he doesn't even pause for morality, because in the same episode, he freezes Henry in carbonite. So yeah, baby's already got the trigger finger. Then Season 2 kicks off and he is already leveling up. In the episode Peter Caviar Eater, Stewie orders an RPG to blow up the Grady twins, basically saying,
"Yes, all work and no play makes Stewie a dull boy."
Not one of his finer moments, but it still counts. Now, sticking to the same gag fest, he orders a servant to kill another servant. Although it was off-screen, we're still crediting it. It was a simple method, not a plan in sight, but of course, Stewie was behind it. Ironically, these simple methods are shown right at the beginning of the show, as they establish Stewie's baseline. Weapon in hand, target in sight, kill executed. No real fallout. It's pretty shocking because it's so direct. A baby with a bazooka? What were the writers thinking?
It's power grid, and unless you want me to send you all back to the Dark Ages, you'll do exactly as I say.
But that's just the beginning. Don't get shocked just yet, because it's Family Guy. Of course, it's about to get even worse. Now our baby genius is building trap simulations, trying to murder his own mother. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. The motif is clear. Every time Lois solves Stewie's latest plan, the baby comes back with a new one. The fan wiki refers to it as a matricide attempt. Do you remember the two-part episode in Season 6 where Stewie kills Lois and Lois kills Stewie? So, in Part 1, Stewie apparently kills Lois on a cruise ship. And then we find out it might have been a simulation he built to test what would happen. Now, what has changed here? Well, Stewie isn't just blasting someone, he's planning world domination around the murder. He's building mind games and simulations. That's smart and obviously dangerous, yet we still reset because it's a simulation, so he escapes consequences once again. Obviously.
Make fun of his wheelchair.
What?
Do it! Say, ha 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 ha, you're in a wheelchair.
By the next episode, everything's reset. Lois is alive, Stewie's playing with toys. Nobody mentions that time he murdered his mother. Classic Family Guy reset button moment. You know, where something completely deranged happens, and by the next episode, it's like the entire universe just collectively decides to pretend it never did? Yeah, the same old move. And then, he aims higher. Just when you think it can't get worse than this, Stewie enters what I like to call his mastermind era. Because now, we're talking exotic kills, multi-step setups, accidents that are really murder. According to the victim list for Stewie, there are things like being fed to piranhas, dropped into a spike pit, and having their heads caved in by a giant magnifying glass. That's a pretty weird method list if you ask me.
If anybody's gonna take that bitch down, it's gonna be me.
In the episode And Then There Were Fewer, Stewie used a sniper rifle to kill Diane Simmons. That's cold-blooded precision. He was definitely not messing around. This is the arc where Stewie transitions from an evil baby to a mastermind of evil babies. He uses other people, weapons, accidents, and misdirection. And still, there is no last tank jail sequence, no major fallout, absolutely no consequence. The Maker's logic keeps him safe. Now brace yourself because we're about to enter Stewie's Madman era. Like, this is where the numbers game goes bananas. This is the realm where things don't just go a little wrong, they go epic catastrophe. Just think of massive casualties, implied genocide, alternate realities tearing open, maybe even nukes. On the surface, these episodes may seem like goofy jokes and cutaways, but in certain scenes and fan interpretations, it dives into the absurd and apocalyptic.
Where are we? This is Cohort, Brian. Same year, same time. But in this universe, Christianity never existed, which means the dark ages of scientific repression never occurred.
In the episode Road to the Multiverse, Stewie and Brian Griffin travel through alternate realities, including one described as an apocalyptic universe where catastrophic events have wiped out entire civilizations. Within that timeline, the trigger was the non-existence of key historical figures, which led to a mishandled nuclear crisis in a potentially world-ending scenario.
We're out past curfew and therefore in violation of local ordinance.
Riveting.
Not to be forgotten is Season 10's Episode 5, Back to the Pilot. Stewie and Brian use Stewie's time machine and accidentally create an alternate timeline in which a second American Civil War erupts due to their meddling. And that's not all, because in Season 9's Episode 12, The Hand That Rocks the Wheelchair, Stewie inadvertently clones an evil version of himself who goes on a rampage in Quahog.
I'm a genius! What is it? Don't you see, Brian? My machine did work.
This is a prime example of mass threat from Stewie's own inventions. Stewie's access to advanced technology, multiverse travel, and destructive weapons means he's not just killing single victims anymore. He's doing calamity-scale murders.
Oh my god, a baby! Are you okay?
Behind the scenes and online, fans attribute to him acts like mass genocide, planet-scale war crimes, and extermination-level havoc. But what's wild is that despite all this escalation, Stewie keeps returning to the status quo. His schemes span across universes, time, and reality itself, yet he still has not faced meaningful consequences on the show. Now let's go to numbers.
Ah! A ghost! Oh, it's okay. We got away just in time.
The fandom wiki lists Stewie with 36 confirmed kills at just the early point, which is limited to Season 1 through early Season 3. But wait, there's more, because numerous deaths are unseen off-screen, parts of dreams and simulations, or just implied deaths. And when you factor all that in, the kill count becomes infinite-ish. And since Stewie doesn't face realistic consequences in the show's world, he always gets away with it. A 1-year-old has potentially killed millions, and he's never faced a single consequence. But the question is, why does he always get away with it? Well, I think the answer is pretty clear, because first off, the main reason Stewie Griffin keeps skating free is that the show prioritizes comedy over realistic stakes. In a world where characters blast each other, blow stuff up, and engage in murder plots, it allows Stewie's murder spree to persist without the weight of real consequences.
Quick, hit the red buttons!
For example, information on the reset button trope in Family Guy illustrates how events rarely have a lasting impact. The show treats wild violence as gags rather than crimes. Stewie's deadly agenda blends into the absurdity instead of triggering an arrest warrant. Secondly, every episode in the show tends to return to the status quo, regardless of how catastrophic Stewie's schemes get, whether murdering his mother in a simulation or blowing up entire cities in cutaways. By the next scene or episode, everything is basically back to how it was. So even when Stewie commits serious crimes, the narrative resets, leaving the characters unscathed. There is also his age and role that provide cover. Because Stewie is still the baby of the family, even when he's masterminding murders, he's seen by the Griffins as a mischievous toddler rather than a homicidal genius. Because the show treats him more as cartoon chaos than a genuine criminal mastermind, his lethal actions feel less like indictments and more like comedy set pieces. Finally, what ties all the above together is that Stewie's unchecked body count remains unresolved because the show doesn't require realistic accountability. A lot of fans have noted that when you factor in implied deaths, mass-scale wipeouts, or alternate universe genocides, the tally becomes millions. If the show did treat each murder realistically, it would collapse into a permanent dark arc. So, writers just keep him in a loop of high-stakes rampages and immediately reset.
Only way to fix this is to return to the moment when we first arrived in the past.
Just get back in your time machine, get back to the present, and stay there!
Look, just calm down.
So, at least 36 confirmed kills and maybe millions more implied. Baby of the year? More like a baby of deceit. Stewie is always one gig away from being adorable again. Perhaps that's the real trick. He embeds in the family, and the show's universe covers it so well that you forget he's even committing murder. Whether it's dark humor, lazy continuity, or Stewie's sheer charm that keeps him safe, one thing's for sure: nobody can get away with murder like this 1-year-old. So next time Stewie grins after a little accident, just remember, there's probably a body count behind that smile. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more. And let us know in the comments, which controversial curtain should we pull next? See you in the next one!